Good afternoon. I usually don't start off with a sketch, but I am going to paint a bird today. And if I don't get his proportions right, he's really not going to look good. So, kind of plotting out where I'm going to put him in reference to the parts of the card that I have here. So, this is going to be a cardinal. I'm going to start with a sort of honey yellow with a little touch of red in it, so I can map out the different parts of him. So I can go back into this with a red later. Something like this. And then this side, something like that. His head, something like that. And then this is where his beak is going to be. So what I'm going to go and do is grab the red that I want to use and start dropping in some color. And then drag that color in. Do that with the other side. And then he's got some black around his beak and where his eye is, so I'm gonna work around that. I haven't painted a bird in a really long time, so we'll see how this goes. This might be the only card that I make. I do like painting tail feathers. Let's see. Got that. Got a branch. Let's work a little bit around his face. His sort of crown feathers. It's been a few years since I've painted a cardinal. They are aggressive, I know. Here, we can blend them out a little bit. Mostly because that's the only thing that I'm quite sure of what it looks like. Everything else, I'm like, is that where I'm gonna put the wing? What does that look like? I think he's gonna look a lot better with his little details. He's also looking very pudgy for winter. Let me drop in some, I could make this sort of a birch branch and keep it white, or go in with some brown. I'm gonna go in with some brown. If I ever decide to make more of these, I can switch up the type of branch. Leaving some space for some berries. And let's get some orange in for the beak. And then go in with the black. Okay, thank you. This is actually me a little bit stressed as I do this. Like my hand is actually shaking right now. But I think that's gonna work for the details, keeping them loose. He's got a little bit more towards the eye, and more up his face that way. A little blending in there. Okay, that's not so bad. I'm gonna carve out where I want his eye. Something like that. I'll go in with, when it's dry, I'll go in for some more detail. Thank you, Miss Frankie D. I don't paint birds very often, but I think it's a really good one for the holidays. Who doesn't like a Christmas cardinal? So I'm gonna go in once again with some darker red. Okay, I think he needs more color on his belly. I'll blend that out. I think I'm going to add in some orange, some of that honey color from earlier. I've already decided this is probably not going to be one of the cards that I make, just because there's so many different parts, different layers. If you were with me yesterday, those florals didn't take much time at all. Oh, that Timo order. 2 new pads of paper, masking fluid, kneadable eraser, very nice. My bao hong just came and I'm very happy about that. Okay, I have to give him some feet. And then what I can do is I can start working on the leaves, the greenery. Oh, the paper is new to you. Oh, I think you're gonna love it. So for my green, was it difficult to figure out how to get to the next sheet? Okay, let's put some pine next to his tail feathers. Yes. Oh, that caught me by surprise the first time I worked with it too. Ah, okay. That's my extremely quick way to make some pine. A little bit more, deciding where I want it. I know I'm going to put some berries in there. Yep. Okay. Again, taking a look at what I've got. I'm going to go in with a different red. Some cherry pie and berry, so that the berries look different than the bird. And then I'll go in again for the branch, give it a little bit more dimension. Okay, that's pretty cute. All right. Thank you, Dee Dee. Taking another look. Now that my first layer of that bird is pretty much dry, I can go in and add some texture with another coat. Slightly deeper red. You are all too kind. Oh, I'm so happy that cardinals are your favorite. This one is a little challenging. I think he needs some more red to kind of differentiate his neck and his head. But here, I'll blend that out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give this one to my mom and let her decide who's going to get this for their Christmas card. All right. Again, deeper red for his feathers here on his head. Joe Armstrong, I sell originals. So for watercolor cards, I really just sell to my work friends, but I could start early and start making some Christmas cards early, but I've got a couple designs for Hanukkah, a couple designs for Christmas already, and I do kind of limit it to like 15, 20 maximum. Oh, look, I have to be, again, I'm a teacher, so my time is precious. My dad's birthday is at the end of August, and we have family coming up, so I'm kind of on a mental deadline myself. So I want to take the next couple of weeks and just get them done. So if you really would like 15, 10 original watercolor cards, I could do that. You just have to let me know early. I've got a few designs that I could show you at the end, some wreaths and some rose bouquets. I know for sure I've got a few work friends that are going to take 10 or 15 from me. So yeah, as far as my actual watercolors, those are all originals that you can also buy. So they're mostly just flowers. I have one listed right now, but if you want to buy it and you're on TikTok and you heard about me, I'll give you a $10 off coupon. So I have to set that up, but right now it's listed for 25, and then you can own it for 15. All right, now I'm looking at my cardinal again. I'm going to give him a nice dark eye in here. With just a tiny hint of white. And then some details around him. Now he's going to get his beak taken care of. And then he's pretty much done. All right, so I've got like a honeybee and a pumpkin color here. I can already see sort of that natural line for where I want his beak separation to be. Oof. It is hard work. Okay, got to get his feet done and then finish off the branch. So I think the next step would be get my darkest darks of this. Okay. Thinking about where his feet are going to go. Yeah, this, I think I'm going to need to do a few practice birds. Black feet. I'll kind of go probably here, around here, and then behind this, right behind these berries probably. That'll be where he goes. Okay. I'm going to leave him off to the side because I do want to just paint some flowers really quickly with my new brush. It's been too long since I painted flowers. So that's what I'll end the live with. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use this brush. It's a flat oval, pointed oval. Mix up color here using Sunflower from KMS and a pink. Okay. And start right there. Thank you, Miss Frankie D. If you're enjoying this, please do send me a heart if you can. Send me a like if you can't. Florals are just the thing that I needed. Okay, do another one here. A little bit more sunflower. And then maybe a bud. I'll do a bud next. Right, it's a really fun brush. I think the paper size is really going to matter when you're using this one. Just because I did 2 little blooms and they ended up being quite big blooms. So thinking about where I want to do a little bud. Have one here. Something like that. Okay, maybe one more. I just paint too fast and I don't want this one to be over yet. Okay, that's somewhat delicate for this brush. I don't even have a detail brush. That's 4. I might have one. I don't even think I have a 4. I have this round one that I actually use just for this Jawa ink. That's what I use this brush for. I haven't used it for anything else. I have a filbert that's kind of small for me, this filbert 6. I don't really use that either. But this Princeton Petals brush I have been using quite often recently, and I really love that. So I think for this, I'm going to use Moss from KMS as my green. I think that will complement these peachy blooms quite well. I'm already thinking about adding some filler flowers to this. What color that could be, or if I just want to add some leaves. I think I'm going to add some gold to this. I'll add in a little bit of gold, maybe a peachy gold. I've got a few options here. This is peaches and cream and peach rings. I think peach rings would look really sweet on these, in just a few little places. So I'm gonna add some water to that, wake that up. Ooh, I would love to see those poppies. What color? I just painted poppies for my post today. It's on Instagram. Red poppies. Let's see. This one is dry. I've been painting Icelandic poppies, and the pastels are just so pretty with those delicate crinkly petals. Oh, okay. I'm glad I left my leaves off this one. Do I even have my poppies out? Here. This is the last, one of the most recent poppies. They're kind of close. They're really, really getting there, I'd say. This is actually one that I have listed on Etsy right now. This one is available for purchase. My last painting that I absolutely love. Okay, I feel a lot better. But I do paint loose watercolor. So right now I have no idea what that could possibly be. But they make me happy. Thank you, Altex. It's good to see you again. Kashmir, hello. From Oregon. I remember you said you were on Pacific time. I used to live in Beaverton. Thank you, Emmy. Right now I'm adding in some metallic paint, so it'll give it a beautiful shimmer. We do have a sunny day right now, so you might be able to see it. Ooh, 77, that is a nice summer day. Not too hot. So you could see some of it in there that's still wet. So I'm adding more peach rings. And I'll wash that down just a little bit. Oh, adding my greens is my favorite part. I don't either. Not a biology teacher. Just know my chemistry. Cornflowers. I love painting cornflowers. Maybe I should do that tomorrow. Oh, yeah, today I was a tiny bit early going live, but I will try and stick to as close as 4 p.m. Eastern as I can for you guys that really enjoy tuning in. Ooh, very nice. Chicory. I don't think so. I don't think I painted it. Little tiny, it's sort of like an aster, right? It's not quite, but little blue petals. I don't think I've officially done that flower. Hi, Cadence. Yes, it's been a while. Happy to see you here. Right now I'm adding some metallic details to these florals. I used a new brush to me, this pointed oval, to get those big petals, and then the same Princeton petals brush for the little details in green. Trying to think what else I'd like to do for these. Maybe go in with some leaves. Just trying to get in some soft details. I painted through videos on YouTube, so I would try to recreate people's brushstrokes as they painted flowers, just watching tutorials. No formal classes. This is bigger than 5 by 7. Let me see. This is almost 8.5 by 6. Very odd measurements, but this is my favorite quick practice paper. I think this 20 sheets was something like $8 on Amazon. I have it linked in my Amazon favorites. I like that little bit of metallic. See how it shines in the light? I think I'll add a couple leaves. So as that dries, I'll show you what I've painted. Cadence, I don't know if you caught this one. Some poppies. Different than regular, but I kind of, yeah, for me, I like a one layer painting. So something like this. Painted these, same larger brush. Just one layer, pop in some wet and wet. Love the green bleeds. That I think is my favorite part of painting. Once I've got the flowers done. Let's see. I've got, again, the big blooms, some peonies. Really enjoyed painting those leaves. Again, some bleeding. This is handmade paper from Leather Village. And I have this landscape. Really sweet colors. Again, there is some shimmer in there. So I don't know if you can catch that. It's a really why can't I speak? Subtle purple shift in that. That's from KMS. It's called Adore. That looks really nice there. Don't do landscapes that often. Let's see what else I have on my desk. I've got this guy that was a few days ago. And then this one I did earlier today. I am a chemistry teacher, so this is a watercolor avocado, and the molecule and sort of the reaction. This goes to this molecule, and that's what makes your avocado brown when it's exposed to oxygen. So a very subtle shift from an OH group to an O. But I made it pretty, I think. I don't do food illustrations that much, but I had fun with that avocado. The flowers are actually made from paint that is made from avocados. A Lenten rose. Yes, I can see that. Really pretty. Let's see. I've also painted some cards. So if you came to this live a little late, I painted this. It's supposed to be a cardinal. He's a little bit rough, but a little Christmas cardinal card. I think he's going to be a one of a kind, unless I can find a quicker way to do a looser version. I tried to put too much detail in him. And these were the roses from yesterday. So I'll definitely be making a bunch of these. Yes, he is full from a meal. But really, who likes a skinny bird? They have to be plump. So I could make a bunch of these. I find them very fun. Love the cute little bow detail. So I did those yesterday. Really love painting wreaths as well. So this is a nice one for Hanukkah, I think. I could do that in several different color combinations. So a little eucalyptus wreath. And then some red and green. Okay. So those are the recent paintings. Getting a jump start on my holiday card making. I do have some other florals that are buried under piles of work. I took these out. I was thinking about listing them on Etsy. So this is azalea. This one I spent a lot of time on actually for the details. I really love those leaves. So that's one that you probably haven't seen yet. Orchids. That one is sort of minimalistic, but I really like how the leaves came out for that. I didn't paint orchids for probably 2 years when I started watercolor. I was just so afraid of all of those intricate details. But then I figured out a way to make it look like an orchid, but not have to do too many brush strokes. So lots of Chinese florals do this very minimalistic look on it. So that's sort of what this is inspired by. You've probably seen this one. I was thinking about listing this one on Etsy as well. Different leaves than I usually do, but I really like how cute and ruffled that looks. And of course, this is my favorite paper to paint on. It's got such a nice texture to it. Speaking of cornflowers, I really like how this one came out. This is on hot pressed paper. I don't really paint on hot pressed paper often, but Strathmore sent me this to try out, and I liked it. So maybe we can paint something like that tomorrow. So the lavender was looking a little rough in there too, but I like the loose effect to it. And then this is a little bit older, but it fit, I think, with the cornflower. They look good together. The same sort of colors involved. A little bit of splatter as well. Again, hot press paper. So right now I just have the poppies that are listed, the poppies and the buttercups. But if that one sells, or I could replace this one with any of the other ones, if anybody's looking for some florals to decorate their house. Because otherwise they're just going to stay in this pile. Thank you. So that's it for today. I'll do some more cards and florals, sort of like today. Paint 1 or 2 cards, paint a floral piece. What I want to do is just add a little bit of extra doodads, something for this one in some places. Any questions today? Anybody painting today? You noticed I did take the nail polish off today because I am planning on doing them tomorrow. We're going to go for still summer look. So I haven't actually decided. The large brush was a pointed oval. The exact one that I used is linked in my Amazon favorites in my bio. It's silver crystal. I just got this one off of Amazon. I think it's really fun. I've been enjoying using it for all sorts of different florals. And then right now I'm using my petals brush, which I think is just amazing for leaves, especially the one-stroke leaves. This one did need a little something extra. I think this one's about done. Really enjoyed those colors. So now you should be able to really see the shimmer. Always so hard to capture. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. We'll see if my Strathmore watercolor cards shipment has come in. I bought 50. I think that should be most of the cards that I have to paint. I'll try and get that done in the next couple of weeks. All right. Hope you have a great day. See you again soon. Bye. So happy to see you, Kashmir. Great to see you again, Cadence. Bye. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. Bye.